Yeah, so I just wanted to come and touch on the last episode of Ready to Love. So it was on the guys to eliminate a woman, one of the girls. So at the bottom was Sabrina and Tisia. And I don't think anyone was really surprised to see those two at the bottom. Like I said, I think the women this season are definitely a little more edgy than the guys, or at least that's how it appears, right? Because after watching Sean in his interview, he was nothing like he was portrayed on the show, and so I guess I say this every season, and this might be my last season with this show, um, for real, for real. Um, we're not getting a true. I don't really get what we're supposed to take from this show, to be honest. It just comes off really. This season is more so than the ones in the past. I think because they definitely don't have people on here. Well, let me not say that because it sounds as if they're not really showcasing the real person. Number one, like I said, Sean seemed far more outgoing in that interview than he came off on the show. He definitely came off a lot more meek and mild, and turns out that he's not like that at all. So that's kind of weird that the show would portray him that way. Um, but anyway, just moving on to what was going on in the last episode. Sabrina was at the bottom, and I kind of thought she would be. And Tisia was the person who was actually eliminated. Um, and I forget now. I think they were saying, they just didn't make that connection with her, and she didn't perform well, or get along well with his the ex girlfriend or something. I mean, I think it was a kind of a lot of that, attitude and but with other black women, I thought that was interesting as well. But I'm not gonna go off on down that road. Um, yeah, because there's a lot of comments out here about people not liking Walter's ex girlfriend's nails, and thinking that that really says something about her. But I think Walter kind of hinted that he was in a certain lifestyle, and that could have something to do with this lady's style of dress. I'm not saying that it is. That nail, the long, long nails, is also in right now among certain women. So, and that's a part of who she is and what she wants to portray. Then I don't have an issue with that. It's not my place to tell somebody how to look and dress when they come on the show. I think that would have been up to the producers, and that they didn't have an issue with it, so I don't have an issue with it. And we don't even know who Walter is, first of all, to try to judge anybody else around him. And that's just how I feel about that. Um, but I do see the comments and the stuff that people are saying. I do feel like this season is definitely not as interesting as last season or the season before. It's definitely not performing the way that you would expect a dating show to perform. Because, like I said, you don't know who's interested in who. I don't buy into the Camille thing. I think that she's playing the game of the show. And as you can hear, they will probably end up as one of the three couples, based on the fact that Walter was saying that the guys are willing to yield to, they're willing to yield to Cornelius because Camille is only interested in him. So they won't put her at the bottom because she has made a connection. And so she's kind of playing the game that way. But that doesn't mean the women will also take that attitude, because these women are a little different. So they may not yield to her as far as keeping Cornelius there. They may, feel like, well, he's not getting to know any of us, and decide to eliminate him instead of their own selections. So, I'm curious to see how that's going to play out within the next two episodes, because I think by then we're definitely going to get down to that last five, right? So, yeah, I'm curious to see how that's going to go. And so I went over to Sydney's Instagram page. And I see this word on here, so I want to apologize to you guys that I didn't black that out. But I only wanted to, show you that I'm not making up that she had this up. Um, she's, was saying in some pictures that, if you're coming on my page, watching my page over a guy, we have a baby on the way. So I don't know if she's trying to announce that she's pregnant or not. I know they are no longer filming the show. I'm sure the show was filmed at least 2 to 3 months ago. So we're not getting this in real time. So, I don't know if she's pregnant at this time or not, or what's going on. And that is, I'm assuming, I don't know. People were saying in the comments that it's Cardi B's husband. It could be somebody that has a similar look. I don't know. I don't pay attention to him like that to even, to really honestly say. But a lot of people were saying that they think that it's him in the comments. So I don't know what she's trying to say with these pictures. But because the show is airing right now, it's probably not the best look. And I thought it was interesting, and we're not seeing, and you guys can let me know if you picked up on this as well. We're not seeing the cast interview. I mean, not interview, excuse me. They are interviewing. Scratch that. They're not going live on their own platforms. I don't see the interview, however, for Tisia. I don't know if she's just busy at this time and she's not, available for the interview. But I didn't see her interview with Crystal on Crystal's, YouTube page this week. But I noticed that they're not going live like the cast members were doing in the previous seasons. They would go live and kind of give us their, just kind of fill us in so we can make sense of the stuff that we are seeing or what we think we see, right? So they're not doing that, so I'm assuming the producers told them not to do that. What do you guys think about that? How do you feel about not getting that insight? Because we don't really know what's what. You kind of end up, when you leave this show, not really having a true um, feel for what you were just watching. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys feel about that. And what do you feel about Sydney posting, the message, that she posted? I'm not really sure what it's supposed to mean. Personally, I really don't care like that. I just think that, it compromises the integrity of the show that she would put that up while the show is running. And if you're going to tell them you don't want them going live talking about the show, then you should also tell them to, show some tact when they're posting, even in their personal day-to-day stuff as well. As it pertains to them being on the show, because she's on a show claiming to be looking for a committed relationship, but then you're out here, I guess you're trying to say you're pregnant by somebody's husband. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know her history with this person. I don't know if it's him or if it's somebody else. If she just using his picture to send some other kind of cryptic message. Yeah, I don't know, but it's not a good look. Um, but yeah, you guys, let me know what you think about this show this season. What do you think about Walter's girlfriend? Because there's a lot of conversation about her. I don't judge people like that. Your style is your style and mine is mine. I don't expect people to do everything the way I do it, and I personally like diversity in that way. And a lot of people claim that they are into diversity, but they're really not. And I digress. On that note, let me know what you guys think about this episode and who was eliminated. Yeah, I could see her getting eliminated. I also could see Sabrina getting eliminated. Um, I don't think we saw Aisha this episode. But I do think the people that we're seeing, that's just my opinion, the people that we are seeing are the people that are going to be the first to go, and then we'll start seeing the people that we're not really seeing in all these episodes. Um, but I kind of get the feeling Camille and Cornelius may or may not make it based on how we find it when we find out how the ladies feel about that situation. Because just because the guys are willing to yield, do not mean the women have to yield to that. They probably expect Cornelius to still play the game of the show, and that's to try to get to know the different ladies that are there. So I don't know. I was kind of curious to know why Sydney changed her mind about Fred. I don't know if she changed her mind about Fred or if she's just trying to secure her second picked. So maybe that's all it is. But she didn't say anything really when she was from the show. She just said she wanted to get to know Phil, and so that's why she asked him on a date. So I guess we'll see what's what in this next episode since, Nephew Tommy is saying we'll see. They have to kind of let us know who's in those number one spots in their mind. Because I don't see any connections, and I see a lot of people saying that in the comments as well. The connections are not obvious. I think last season, people at least pretended as if they were a little bit interested. People seem to be doing a lot of nitpicking about everybody to me on this season. So it's kind of hard to say if they're really interested in these people. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all my dating friends. REA. Hey, who the think you talking to? DYT. Time to spill this tea soon. OLOVE. So look, my time of Rage Love ended last week, but now it's time for me to work the interview circuits, and I'm going to speak my truth, as the kids would put it, whatever that shit means. So follow me right here for all of my interviews and whatnot, and I'll spill the tea, as the kids would say. All right? Thanks. Because I got a lot of shit to say. Take care. Deuces.